Now on ABC 6 News at 10, sporadic sparklers. They're a 4th of July pastime, but tonight a warning about certain sparklers. Why you should double check what's left in your fireworks stock. Plus Confederate controversy. A local man is under fire for hoisting the rebel flag in an Albert Lee parade. The response from the Chamber of Commerce. But first, hazy health hazard. The air is thick across the entire state of Minnesota because of wildfires in Canada. How that haze could be affecting your health.
Your local news and weather source, ABC 6 News at 10, starts now.
You've probably seen and smelled it today. A thick haze is in the air, causing problems all across Minnesota. That includes right here at home. Good evening and thanks for choosing ABC 6. I'm James Wilcox.
And I'm Laura Lee. That haze is due to wildfires in Canada.
Experts say the exposure to the air could cause health problems. As Brett Hoffland explains, you may want to take precautions even if you don't have pre-existing conditions.
It does cast kind of a pale appearance to a really nice environment.
The Paulsons are on a summer vacation all the way from Colorado. The only problem is Jackson and Sierra have asthma.
It's kind of a bummer because you come to town hoping to use the lakes and, get out and do stuff. And when you have kids with asthma, you're kind of hesitant to let them be outside too much.
The sun can't even burn off this kind of smog.
Yeah, I've smelled it, so yeah, if I exercise, it might be tougher.
The air quality is so bad, the Minnesota Pollution Control Agency says it's unhealthy for everybody to breathe, even if you're perfectly healthy. At risk for the most severe problems, older people, children, and folks who already have breathing issues.
They should be very aware that the air pollution levels that we're seeing can cause them to feel unwell, to have trouble breathing.
Just how bad is it? Well, the higher the number on the air quality index, the worse it is. Consider Beijing, China, a place notorious for poor air quality. Monday night, their AQI was in the 150s out of 200. The Twin Cities read in the 180s. But there are ways you can help reduce that number.
Anything that people can do to avoid combusting gas or diesel or wood or fireworks or candles or anything like that would definitely help.
The Paulsons are now in a fog trying to figure out what to do with the rest of their trip. But one thing's for sure, they're not taking any risks.
Movies tonight, I think, for sure.
And here's a map of the air quality index as of 9 o'clock. You heard the AQI in the Twin Cities was at 180 today. That is now down to 160. But in Rochester, the score is 177. That's up from 147 4 hours ago. Experts believe all of the areas of the state are expected to see improved air quality by tomorrow morning. If you do find yourself experiencing chest pain, shortness of breath, or coughing, though, you are urged to contact your physician. And Chris, we say things will get better overnight, but we could see more of this haze tomorrow.
Yeah, James, I kind of like how you said the score, too. Makes it sound like we're doing something impressive. Not really. When you compare us to Beijing, China, that certainly says a lot on how bad this air quality is right now. And again, all from that smoke coming in those wildfires in Canada. I want to show you the time lapse on our Broadway Residence and Suites Tower Cam. This afternoon into this evening, you can just see how poor visibility was and how poor that air quality was. Really, normally we talk about things being a little bit more red when we have smoke in the atmosphere. Tonight, it just kind of blotted it right out. We still have it hanging out too, just kind of that fuzz hanging out on everything. 60 degrees for that temperature. The dew point has crashed. It's come down. The mugginess no longer there, but we still are talking about that smoke with the visibilities being reduced under 4 miles in many locations. However, we are drastically improved in Owatonna, Mankato, and Fairmont, and that line of clearing, so to speak, is going to continue to move to the east. So air quality will get better by tomorrow morning as you get out the door. Right now, those wildfires up to the north, the winds are orienting themselves to bring it back our way frequently as we go through the next couple of days. Again, like I mentioned, better as we get into tomorrow, but creeping back up there, especially by Wednesday morning. We're going to talk more about this air quality and a little bit more in your forecast. We're kind of entering a quiet stretch for us. We'll let you know how long that lasts coming up.
Thanks, Chris. Today, a major move by the South Carolina Senate.
They voted to remove the Confederate flag from Capitol grounds. In a 37-3 vote, the measure passed this afternoon. However, it still needs approval from the House and the governor. That is expected to happen tomorrow.
I'm embarrassed
The vote
to say.
comes after the killing of 9 black people during a Bible study at a historic African-American church last month. Meantime, closer to home, the debate over that flag has landed in southeast Minnesota. Volunteer firefighter Brian Nielsen from Heartland displayed the flag on the back of a Heartland fire truck during the Elbert Lee 3rd of July parade. He has since been suspended. The situation drawing a lot of attention on social media, and parade organizers say they were only made aware of the flag after the parade was over.
I think it's unfortunate that the city of Elbert Lee, the 3rd of July parade, the city of Heartland, and even volunteer firefighters are being viewed in a light based on the opinion of one individual.
And we do want to hear from you. What do you think about this? Head over to our Facebook page and share your thoughts.
A Minnesota woman is recovering tonight after being hurt by a sparkler over the weekend. Police say most injuries happened due to user error, but not this one. As Catherine Johnson explains, there are certain products that you may still have in your home that you might want to get rid of.
Empty, abandoned wet tents flap in the rain following the holiday weekend. The fireworks, all packed up.
I was holding it like this.
For Kelsey Lynch, it's a relief they're gone.
He was going to take a picture of me just lighting off one of these yo-yo sparklers, and then all of a sudden I just saw a big flash of light and I threw it immediately and just started screaming in pain.
The 23-year-old is now recovering from second-degree burns on her hands.
I was just doing what I thought was a safe little sparkler that, you know, children do.
Turns out yo-yo sparklers were recalled on Friday, July 3rd at 4:30 p.m. Its wholesaler, Jake's Fireworks, posted the recall on its website and filed it with the Consumer Product Safety Commission.
Lightning flasher, how much?
But it was the busiest day of the year for fireworks sales, and Jake's tells us, with few records of where the product is being sold, there's no way for them to directly contact all of the tens of thousands of tents and pop-up stores that had already purchased the sparklers.
2 for $2.50.
So even after the recall,
It was the same day that I bought them, was July 3rd.
consumers like Kelsey can still get burned.
Think twice about what they're buying, or maybe just don't use sparklers at all. I just don't think that they're safe at all.
Ouch. The owner of the store where Lynch bought the sparklers took them off the shelf as soon as they heard the news. If you purchased a yo-yo sparkler, we have recall information on our website. That's KAALTV.com under featured links.
A frightening moment at the Minnesota Zoo this morning. A grizzly bear smashed a rock into the glass wall of its exhibit, shattering a huge sheet of it. Take a look. The bear picked up the rock the size of a basketball and bounced it off another rock into the glass. Zoo workers say the glass has 5 layers and only one broke, so no one was really ever in any danger. And they don't believe the bear was actually acting out of the ordinary.
I think they're just playing. They're doing what they do. Bears are very active and they play with everything they can get their paws on.
The bears are actually trained to retreat back to their holding pen when bribed with a snack, and they did very quickly. The exhibit is closed until that glass is replaced.
It's a new trend that gives visitors a place to stay. It's called Airbnb. Now, it's a website that allows renters to advertise their homes for visitors to stay. One local hotel owner says these types of renters don't have the same fees, and it's creating controversy. We spoke with the host, and he says there's only a small amount of homes to rent in the area.
But that's my point. 5,500 hotel rooms in town and 1 or 2 dozen Airbnbs. We're talking a fraction of 1% at this point.
City Council says they may take a look at Airbnb regulations in the near future. Well, still ahead tonight at 10, a man faces charges after making threats to the president. Details on what police found in his home.
Plus, victim after victim came forward with accusations against Bill Cosby. Tonight, he tells all his version of what happened.
But first, as we head to break, here's a look at the most read stories on our website at KAALTV.com. Stay with us. We'll be right back.